Hey guys, I wanted to do a race recap from last weekend at the Badlands. We got there Thursday. Once we got everything set up, I went and teched the car, got all of that done, came back and got ready to pre-run. The course was great. You got to go through the rock quarry, the tight woods, the sand dunes, the creeks, so it was just everything, and it was going to be a really fun race. It was really muddy, so the key for this race was making sure that my visor was clean the whole time. Next day, I went to go qualify, and I had let this car sit for about 45 minutes before I had ran it. And I go down to the starting line, they dropped the green flag, I hit the pedal, it's just making this popping noise, and there's barely any power, which was the same thing that happened last year at the Badlands. So I made it, I finished qualifying, went back to my trailer, kind of went over like the basic things that we did last time, checked the spark plugs, checked the fuel, make sure there was nothing in there. After looking at those, we kind of came to the conclusion maybe it was getting too hot, so that's why it wasn't running right. So we let it run for about 30 minutes, tested it. It did the same popping, no power, but then it went to back to having its normal power right away. So I was just hoping that what we did fixed it enough so I could race the race. Beforehand, I needed to make sure I had the car on as little as I could, waiting for the race to start, so it didn't get too hot, and hope that I could finish the race. The first lap was pretty good. I was able to make decent pace with still having some issues and go about 50 in the open areas if I was lucky. It was really the second lap where I got really bad and it was having less and less power. I would have to let off the throttle completely and then slowly roll into the gas for it to kind of clear itself out and get some power. Sometimes it worked, sometimes it wouldn't, and I would just have to hope that it would get power eventually. It was probably the last section where it got really bad. I would have to turn the car off, hoping that it would reset it to move. I got moving. It was the last sand hill, and at that moment it was barely moving. So I pulled off to the side, turned the car off twice, and that had worked just enough to crawl up the hill. And from that point to the finish line, it was doing that popping noise the whole time and was barely moving. So once I got the white flag, I pulled off to the side. My dad got out. He went to go look to see if there was really anything we could do to go make our third lap. And at that point, it wasn't working. And we kind of just talked it through and it was smarter to call the race, not break anything else, and there was no way for me to get a higher position or get a lower position, so it was better to save the car and not break anything else and just call the race. So even though having car issues, I still was able to make a decent pace. I went from 33rd to 22nd and second in class, so hopefully I can figure out what's wrong with the car and get it ready for AOP.
All right, Miss Peyton Dunford, how are you doing today? You did a great job last night. I love it that you and your dad are out there racing together. I know you came in, the white flag was out, and something happened right there at the finish line. What was going on?
So as soon as we started the race, we were having a power issue that continued the whole time, and at that point was not going anymore, so we called it quits.
Well, you know what though? You guys only had 3 laps to go and the white flag came out, so you did 2 of them, but congratulations on that. Who all would you like to thank for getting you out here?
Well, I want to thank my parents the most for always helping me get out here, and then I would like to thank Bill Stein Shocks, MRT Tires, All Things UTV, HP Tuners, Ultimax Belch, G-Force Racing, Tire Spines, Bullite, JB Scale Graphic, Warren Winches, Power Sports Nation, KMZ Motorsports, and 503 Designs.
Congratulations. Let's give it up for Miss Peyton Dunford. And again, Jet Chambers is at a baseball tournament today, so he is not here to